Hi everyone, Dana here. Today I had a conversation with a friend of mine and she shared that she'd been going through this medical trauma and it had been lasting months, and she said, I'm back well again. She said the best news was that I was able to lose 8 kilos during this time because she said basically I was unable to eat. What she also shared was, even though she got better, she said, I can't believe how quickly all that weight went back on and some. She found that her jeans were fitting really tight again and she was frustrated. So what I wanted to share with you today was, why does this happen? And if it happens to us, what can we do about it to prevent us regaining all this weight in such a quick way? Well, what I want to share with you is, we often think when we lose 8 kilos from being sick that we've lost body fat. But the question is, have we? I want you to think about with your body when it was younger. We've got our lean muscle mass, our tone, yeah? You felt tone and strong, and our body was working for us rather than against us. And the reason our body was working for us is because that tone and that muscle that we had that gave us our body shape is what we call metabolically active. So what that means is your metabolism is working really fast to feed your lean muscle mass. So if I tell you this apple is your lean muscle mass, when you eat calories, it goes in there and it feeds it to keep it, so you keep your strong muscle tone. We know going through menopause and anything over the age of 35, we start to lose this lean muscle mass, and we know naturally our metabolism starts to slow down. So if we become sick or we choose to go on a very low calorie diet, your body knows that you are reducing calories. Your body wants to keep you well. So it thinks to itself, how can I slow everything down inside so I can keep this body well, because there's not food coming in, there's not energy coming in. And it says, I know what to do. We will use this metabolically active muscle as our form of energy. So by eating into our lean muscle mass, that's going to slow the body down. Happy days, this body's going to last longer because we're not burning through all the energy. So if you think about that from the big picture, have you lost 8 kilos of fat? Or have you lost maybe 2 or 3 kilos of fat and potentially 5 kilos of lean muscle mass? And if your body has eaten into your lean muscle mass rather than your fat, what does that mean for your metabolism? Well, what it means is your metabolism slows down even more. So then we think, well, okay, I'm better now. I'm just going to go back to eating normally because I do have to eat. And the body is working at a very slow rate. So if you think of a starting line, you're actually starting 100 meters back because you haven't caught up. Your body's still working very slowly. So you may say, well, what do I do about it? Like if I've lost my lean muscle mass because I'm going through menopause, I've lost even more lean muscle mass because I've been sick or I've chosen to go on a diet. How can I get my body working in a way to support me rather than work against me? Our answer is to do resistant training exercise. So resistant training exercise, for those ladies that are a little bit confused about what that is, are those type of exercises where we use things like resistance bands and dumbbells and even our own body weight with things like planks and lunges and squats and push-ups. It's all those exercises that make us stronger, for us to regain our strength. So as we start to chip away and regain our strength and regain our metabolism, well, then we will find it that little bit easier to lose that excess weight that we have put on. So if you are curious about how do I exercise as a woman in my 50s, my 60s? I've got pre-existing injuries. I'm not as fit as I once was, and well, I've never been to a gym before. I encourage you to look at our programs and our challenges because they are all designed for women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that want to learn how to speed up their metabolism through the way they move, through the way they eat, and the way that they're able to progress. Alrighty, well, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.